Hey folks, I am delighted to be here with a copy of my debut collection, 37 Has My Back. I wrote this last year upon turning 37, an age that I assumed, because it had always been my lucky number, would be full of promise, full of potential and possibility, full of progress. As it happens, didn't quite work out like that, but never mind. I took myself away to a budget hotel and wrote 37 poems in one weekend to celebrate the arrival of what promised to be the golden age. And these 37 poems are in here. And I think it's fair to say there's a mix from the downbeat to the upbeat, as you would expect. And it's a collection I'm really proud of. I'm just going to read a couple of pieces for you. This is one of my favorites, one I performed at Poetry Jam at the Symphony Hall in Birmingham. And it's a romantic poem. It's an erotic poem. It's about how much I love cheese and cigarettes. This is called All Eyes on Me. Emmental and nicotine. My darlings, I feel so serene. There must be a future, a hope for something more, but right now I want nothing else. You relax me, playfully, passing me between you, tasting tender as you tantalize and satisfy. My tongue sinks into you, primitive, profound. Your taste is firm yet nuanced. Maybe I emit a sound. I turn to you, Nick, my second lover, in the moment and inhale. You two coalesce at the back of my throat, a happy dance. But exhalation, blissful joy captivates me. I will ever be your boy. This love affair, ménage à trois, my favorite threesome, the best by far. This is another one, and it's one that I have never performed, but it's one that means a lot to me. I guess they all mean a lot to me, right? This is called The Science of Being a Fucking Idiot. I was feeling kinda blue, watching Michel Gondry films and wondering what to do, a pathetic point of view. The restlessness hurts. Sometimes I'd take a hit, a sudden impact at its worst, just to keep myself alert. Buddy relaxed. I kicked his ass for that. One never must hold back. The camera flash was yesterday. The echoes of the pain still stack and double the effect. Buddy was wrong. Decline and fall, but still you ought to give your all, wear your heart on your sleeve, believe and cry yourself to sleep. When, of course, you are deceived. The hope has always killed me. When I was feeling nothing, I was bored and filthy, and maybe there's a time for that. I'll put my hands in freezer bags, smoke cigarettes and dress in rags. Sometimes it's better not to try. You get yourself inside. The sentimental silliness is mine. So I do, there's a couple of prose poems in here, and I don't know, I'm not very good at form and like, you know, the sort of the technique, but I like a little bit of prose poetry. This is one, this is actually the first one I performed live when I was stepping into the spoken word circuit in August of 2024. I performed this at Verve Open Door. It's called Be Down. Say it loud and say it proud. Buddy knew to play the crowd without a sound when you all came round. He was just a silly kid then, they all were mesmerized. I got a closer look in his eyes. Behind the good times, he didn't shine. Buddy couldn't keep me to it. He was all too fluid, and although I wasn't ruined, I didn't feel my best when he made me feel stupid. Such a lovely guy, such an alibi. Buddy was a lonesome fuck when he was with the other people and he couldn't cry. I kissed Buddy goodbye when he was on the tarmac. He was gunning for the comeback, a bunch of nonsense and some whiplash. Not destined for a bigger stage. He could have been another Sage, but he never did it because he was afraid. He knew he wouldn't make the grade. It wasn't a good end, but Buddy took 10, counted down, made sure this was his kind of fame before he ploughed the plane into the ground. So folks, thank you so much for that. I've enjoyed sharing a couple of my favorite pieces. As the light draws dim and the night wears in, 37 Has My Back is available via Alien Buddha Press, via Amazon, and will soon be available through the Heath Bookshop in King's Heath and Blue Sheep Books in Wednesbury. Thank you. You stay golden and be lucky.